Good
Well,
morning.
welcome to Princess Speak. Princess Speak vocabulary are words or phrases that we have adopted within our community in mind to simplify some of the things that can be tripping us up in our business adventures. So, Kim, will you kick us off with our Princess Speak word this week of ripping off the Band-Aid?
So I have to giggle about this one for sure because this one came from our very famous Kerry Zarb. That's where this came. And so I really want Kerry to be the one that tells something. And then we're going to kind of tell a secret about the whole show today, Kerry. So, Kerry, if you'll take away the first definition for Princess Speak.
I would love to, Kim. Thank you. Well, I didn't know this was not all known by everyone across the globe. So I think when I first shared it with Kim, it was rip that Band-Aid off. And then it turned into, which is commonly either rip off the Band-Aid or ripping off the Band-Aid. And for anyone that has maybe sometimes if you put a Band-Aid on your arm and you've got the little hairs that go with when you rip the Band-Aid off, and there's that little ouchie that goes with it. So sometimes when we're an entrepreneur, that's what we need to do. We need to rip off the Band-Aid and deal with the little ouchie and just keep going.
So, Kerry, you and I did something this week that we just want to say. We ripped off the Band-Aid. We decided last week after the show we were going to rip off the Band-Aid in a new way, messy and all, painful and all, whatever it is, uncomfortable and all. And that was all of those beautiful intros that have been showing up today for all the roving reporters. That was a ripping the Band-Aid off moment. It's enough. We need to get these done. We talked about it for too long, and it's just this is the week. So that's my example this week for that Princess Speak vocabulary word. But I would love to hear from Jill and Adam to see what their examples or definitions are for it.
Jill, you want me to go first? Okay. So my example for ripping off the Band-Aid is I've been struggling with some audio issues with my podcast, and Kerry introduced me to this amazing product called Adobe Enhance, which helps enhance your audio. So for some of the episodes where the audio was a little wonky for whatever reason, I can now take this audio, put it into Adobe Enhance, and it makes it sound amazing. So the ripping off the Band-Aid was, she just said, Adam, this is what you need to do, and you just have to do it. And I had an episode where I needed to do it with, and now I've used it for several episodes, and I'm so happy with how the result comes out. So I ripped off the Band-Aid to learn how to do this myself instead of relying on other people to help me with it. So that's the ripping off the Band-Aid part for me.
Ripping off the Band-Aid. We're potty training right now at home for my toddler. So that was one Band-Aid we ripped off for him. So when he started school, it was no more diapers. So that's one of my examples. But another one is related to the Band-Aid that we ripped off here with the intros and making some of the other productions that we've been doing behind the scenes. And it's been assigned to me to just get it done. And that was a big ripping the Band-Aid off for me, is to just do what I could regardless of how I felt I was not prepared. And figuring out that it really is in your head that ends up making it way more complicated than simplified. So that's my example.
And I'm going to add to Jill's example because there will be a new Vision Board Party commercial coming that Jill has been putting together, and it's been so fun to watch her squirm. That's what I'm going to call it, as that Band-Aid got ripped off. But it's coming soon to a GME near you. How's that, Kerry?
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited, and definitely a ripping off the Band-Aid moment.
So, Kerry, when we're talking about getting started or, get going, we're still kind of I guess, honed in on the car thing. You and I talk too much about cars, probably. But it's that getting out of the driveway. We can't get going if we're parked. And I think that this is a great living proof example, the whole show, of messy is beautiful, but what can people do today? Like, what can you do to get started in your entrepreneurial journey? What can you do to get going and rip off that Band-Aid? So, Kerry, do you want to say anything to everyone watching about that? I think we just need to encourage them.
Exactly where I was going to go, Kim. I was going to say that if you've got any doubts or any concerns, you just need to take that first step. There is a first step in front of you and you can do it. So I do want to encourage everyone to make the move and start thinking about what you can do on your entrepreneurial journey for you, because that's what it's all about. It's about us, Kim. I'm going to be sounding selfish here for a moment, but we need to look after ourselves and take that step.
Well, we're the hype team around here. We're celebrating everybody, but we want to make sure everybody's making the connection that's watching. We're actually your hype team as well. We are trying to give you examples of things. Again, kitchen, office, living room, like downstairs, upstairs, whatever it is, it's behind the scenes so that you see that's how we're doing it too. So it's time to rip off the Band-Aid, everybody, as Kerry would say, and just get going on that thing you have been wanting to do.